now we join in singing our hymn of love to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one in living for each other, to show to all a new community. We would be one in building for tomorrow a nobler world than we have known today. We would be one in searching for that meaning which binds our heart and points us on our way. As one we pledge ourselves to greater service, with love and justice strive to make us free.
We would be one, as now we join in singing our hymn of love to pledge ourselves anew to that high cause of greater understanding of who we are and what in us is true. We would be one in living for each other, to show to all a new community.
To show to all a new community.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, hold on. Where am I? There I am. There I am. Ha ha ha. Magic. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome I am the Reverend Amy Carol Webb, and my pronouns are she, her, and they. Welcome to our love stream service of the River of Grass Unitarian Universalist congregation of Davie, Florida, where we are under shelter-in-place orders. So we meet here, where the medium is virtual, but the bonds of community and the power of our faith are some of the most real things we can know in this time of great uncertainty. It's good to be together this morning. In this congregation, it is our mission to nurture our spirits, love intentionally, and create a just and healthy planet. This is part of our enduring search for truth and meaning and faith. We know that what we share here is not unchanging dogma, but an affirmation that we are called to be agents of love and justice, and to build a world where everyone is cherished for who they are. Our mission is not changed. In this time, the world seems to have tilted on its axis. But our mission now is all the more a brilliant flame lighting our way. Our connections are not weakened by the physical distance we must keep at this time, but strengthened by our own growing awareness of and gratitude for our bonds with one another, with the interconnected web of all being of which we are a part, and with the holy by any name. However you made your way among us this morning, we welcome you as you are, where you are, who you are. We promise never to just leave you there. Let's breathe together in this moment. In this peculiar time we're living through together, we very often encounter something that has been long familiar, a part of our lives, a part of our liturgies, a part of our reading, a part of our experience, music, words, all manner of things that take on new meanings or new depths of meanings because of what we're in the midst of right now. I found that with this reading that we're going to share. It's from our gray hymnal, the one called Singing the Living Tradition. And we've used it many, many times at River of Grass and in many other circumstances. But this week, as I read it, it meant something entirely new for me, and it may feel that way for you too. So we gather in with the words of the 20th century Unitarian Universalist poet and the Reverend Kenneth L. Patton. We arrive out of many singular rooms, making way over the branching streets. We come to be assured that loved ones surround us to restore their images on our eyes. We enlarge our voices in common speaking and singing. We try again that solitude found in the midst of those who with us seek their hidden reckonings. Our eyes reclaim the remembered faces. Their voices stir the surrounding air. The warmth of their hearts assures us and the gladness of our spoken names. This is the reason of cities, of homes, of assemblies, of the houses of worship. It is good to be with one another.
Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us imprisoned. Circle for release, circle for the planet, circle for each soul, for the children of our children. Keep the circle whole. Circle round for freedom, circle round for peace, for all of us in prison. children. Keep the circle whole. Circle round for freedom. Circle round for peace. For all of us imprisoned. Circle for release. Circle for the planet. Circle for each soul. For the children of our children. Keep the circle whole.
The flaming chalice is a symbol of our Unitarian Universalist tradition, a beacon of religious liberty shining through generations, now ours to hold high. Please join your voices for this morning's chalice lighting. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each of us has cause to think with gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us.
In the light of love, let us renew our covenant as we say together, love is the spirit of this congregation and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
El amor es el espíritu de esta congregación y el servicio su ley principal. Esta es nuestra gran promesa, vivir juntos en paz, buscar la verdad a través del amor y ayudarnos mutuamente.
Comfort me,
In our community each week, we share pieces of our lives. This too takes a new form in our new normal. But before that, I just want to let you know that when we have these recorded portions, when we sing, I'm paging through the screens watching you sing. And I can't hear your voices, but I can hear your voices. And it brings me great joy. Let's hold still a moment in the midst of this world that's changing too fast and not fast enough. At a time we have to both pause in the midst of a world shifting around us and keep on going with life as best we can, keeping on with our hope and our love and our kindness, and looking for the goodness that surely remains in us and in all beings connected within this interdependent web, and looking for the messages and the lessons and the positive things we can learn from where we are and how we go forward. That's a lot. And we're carrying it every single minute right now. So let's pause a moment. Let's set it down. Let's set it down together for just a moment. In our space, we write messages in a book about what's going on in our lives, the things that we would like to bring into the community to share. This is a time we can do that now in this online service in the chat. So if you would like to bring something into this gathering, this circle of beloved community, we'll read it from the chat and lift it up together. We are indeed sorry that the Kane family will be moving away from us. But one of the things that doing our gatherings this way, with the assurance that we'll still do this part, but in new ways, when we can gather again in person, we'll still be doing this because we've discovered some values in it that will help our mission and our ministry. So the Canes are moving away, but they still have access to the online world. And so we hope to keep seeing you joining us in this reality that we share from wherever you are. Callie's asking for strength and healing for Elizabeth. Bruce. Bruce is telling us they're going to be celebrating Aurora's first birthday this week. Wow, that's fantastic. Jenna says she's grateful. We are so grateful for you, Jenna, and just know that we go with you. We go with you in our hearts. Susan lifts up that we wish best wishes and healing for Kathy's recovery from eye surgery. Scott sends hugs to all who are alone, as well as all who just need one. Kat Holland says prayers for my beloved Uncle Dave, who is declining in health. I'm sorry, Kat. Gail says, happy birthday, Paige Geesey, 26 years old on the 26th. Also, happy Ramadan. Nicole says, grateful that my classes have continued online so I can continue to grow. Grateful for Zoom social gatherings with dear friends from Susie. Oh, yes, us too. Speedy recovery for Kathy. Linda Lathram, prays for all those who need healing, both emotional and physical, especially praying for the brother of a good high school friend. He is a doctor and healing from COVID. Our thoughts go there. Jody says, thank you to anyone and everyone who makes this gathering possible. It's a beautiful thing to help restore our souls, most assuredly. Ketchy lifts up a deep desire for leadership that we can trust and unity we can count on for America and the world. London asks for prayers of healing to her aunt and her uncle, her mother and her stepfather, for protection and strength in those caring for people as well. Bev Kaufman heard this week from an old hired hand, Bob from the farm. He just suffered a stroke. He may be nearing the end of his journey. I wish I could get his story on paper. Oh, and Bev, what a person to get his story on paper. You are. Let us know if we can help with that. And Marianne says, happy to be here from Asheville, another Susie friend. Hey, Marianne, welcome. So one of the beauties of this gathering in this way is we can bring people together from all over the world. It lends a whole new notion to who we are and what our mission is in this place, what our purpose is as River of Grass. Here in this time that we are sharing about our pathways and our passages, our joys and our concerns, we would like to let you know that the time has come to say farewell to our first student minister, Besa Buil, as the Meadville Lombard Internship Minister Program comes to a close. She will be heading out into her next chapter of her life story. Now, I cannot see all the windows, so I'm not sure where Besa is. We weren't sure she could be with us this morning, so we're looking to see.
But maybe, is she O2B me? I think that's her, but I'm not sure.
I don't know, actually.
I don't think so. I think that's Tracy.
Besa, can we see you somewhere? Let's give it just a minute. This technology serves us. It's also a little clunky. It's not like we can look around the room real quick and see who's here. Okay. I know that her May courses are already enrolled for, and she's already heading into the next chapter. With the whole world shifting, Meadville Lombard also shifted their coursework earlier because everything's going to be online rather than in person for the foreseeable future. So it actually means that students and Besa can move through their coursework more quickly to get to the next chapters of their formation in ministry. Okay, I don't see Besa. All right. In the announcement for this service, we see love coming for Mimi in the, Besa also goes by Mimi, for Mimi in the, can you hear me better? I just got a message, my mic is a little low. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Okay. Okay, we wish Besa well on her journey. In the message about this service, we ask that you have a chalice or a tea light or a candle nearby. And if you do have one, we ask that you hold it up now as we bless Besa and send her along into her next chapter, her next adventure. Go ahead and light that and hold it up where we can see it. Okay. Okay. Is everybody ready? We're going to light Besa's way into the next part of her explorations and adventures in ministry. We wish Besa all good things as she goes into her next chapter, with gratitude for this opportunity to learn and grow, as River of Grass also becomes a teaching congregation for the great calling of Unitarian Universalist ministry. And now, river folk, holding our candles high, please say after me, as we light Besa's way, this blessing from the Gaelic runes. Deep peace of the running wave to you.
Deep peace of the running wave to you.
Deep peace of the flowing air to you.
Deep peace of the flowing air to you.
Deep peace of the quiet earth to you.
Deep peace of the quiet earth to you.
Deep peace of the shining star to you.
Deep peace of the shining star to you.
Deep peace of the infinite peace to you.
Deep peace of the infinite peace to you.
May it be so. Keep safe, be well. Go forth with an open heart, a strong mind, and a willingness to serve. Thank you for sharing part of your journey with us. Having shared these things from our hearts and minds, let us keep a moment of silent reflection. All these things we lift to the source of all, called by many names, none of which we can know or understand. These things, written and unwritten, spoken and unspoken, we bring into this circle of care and into the vision of this universe that surrounds us in all moments. We wish for comfort for those who suffer this morning, healing for those who are ill or have injury or who have had procedures that they now call upon their bodies to do what bodies do and heal. Our thoughts and our hearts and our prayers go to all who are sick with COVID-19 this morning and their families, all those who are in ICUs, in hospital, in homes, all those for whom this sequester is difficult, and all those who would like to be sequestered but are essential workers or deemed essential by the companies they work for and must go to work. We call for their safety, and we thank all of you for your service. We send blessings to all who celebrate the holy month of Ramadan, which began on the 23rd of this past week. May we all be so willing to look at ourselves in this time to determine what it is that we carry forward and what we can let go and what it is no longer serves. We rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep. We travel together, come what may, through everything. Let us be servants of the good, seekers of the good, sharers of the good, as the same time we call out those things we see that we must address in the name of justice, in the name of love, in the name of the care for the interdependent web of all being of which we are a part. All these things we lift in the name of all that is holy. Amen, amen, amin, aho, ashe, namaste, blessed be, and so it is. Diane Diaz has our wisdom story for this morning. Please open your hearts and bring your young'uns up to the screen.
Oh, good. Okay, I am live. Good morning. Come join, even pets. There are some, I have to warn you, there's some animal noises you're going to hear. And today's story comes from our Unitarian Universalist storybook, A Lamp in Every Corner. The Rooster Who Learned to Crow. There was once a farm perfect in every way, except there was no rooster to crow at dawn. So everyone was always getting up late. The dog didn't fetch the farmer's newspaper. He never woke up to milk the cows before dawn when the grass was tastiest with morning dew. Everyone was always late and always a bit cranky in the morning and sometimes all day. Until one exciting day when our chicken arrived. Oh, with 4 little yellow balls of fluff. They were beeping and cheeping. Pardon me, Mrs. Chicken, Stuffled the pig, who was always very polite. Would one of your chicks be a he? Why, yes, and she pointed with her wing to the last one in line. Oh, our rooster chicken! All the animals squealed and whinnied. What the, oink. We won't be late anymore. We have our rooster. But they didn't yet, and had to wait for the chicks to grow to bigger balls of fluff, and then to white feathers and yellow feet. And finally, young Mr. Rooster began to grow long, swooping tail feathers. You look handsome, snorted the pig, who was always very polite. Oh, thank you, said Mr. Rooster. But he walked away with drooping tail feathers and got home. What's wrong? Asked the bark cat. He was joined by the pig and the duck. Well, said the young rooster, everyone's waiting for me to grow up and crow, but I don't know how to crow. I've never heard a rooster. We'll help you, said the pig, who was always very helpful as well as polite. How? We'll teach you, said Mrs. Duck, flew to the top of the coop and crowed, quack, quack, quack. Thanks, said the pig, though that's not quite. I hope not, said the alarmed rooster. I'll demonstrate, said the pig, climbing to the top of the manure pile and crowing. Ooh. No, I'll show you, said the cat, leaping onto the fence, licking his paw and crowed. Meow, 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 no, no. Next the chicken clanged, but just managed cluck, cluck, cluck. The dog, woof, woof, woof. And the lamb, ba, ba, ba. The rooster cried, I'll never learn how to crow. I won't be any good. Nobody will like me. Sure we will, mewed the cat. And all the other animals agreed with baas and moos and stomping feet. I wonder, said the pig, have you ever tried to crow? Me? You're more of a rooster than any of us, and we'll like you no matter what you sound like. So the rooster decided to try. He flew to the top of the coop, folded his wings back, tilted his head, and tried to crow. Softly at first, cock-a-doodle-doo. Then louder, cock-a-doodle-doo. And then very loud, cock-a-doodle-doo. So now there is a farm that is perfect, with a young rooster who crows at dawn. Everyone gets up on time. The dog fetches the newspaper for the farmer, who wakes up early to milk the cows before dawn so they can eat that tasty grass still wet, morning dew. And everyone is always wide awake on that farm because they have a rooster whose friends helped him to learn to crow, just like this. Cock-a-doodle-doo. And because we have visitors from other countries, cock-a-dee-coo, cock-a-doo-coo, kick-a-dee-kee. And in rooster language, the end.
Thank you, Diane. You brought the whole menagerie to us today, the whole farmyard. Made me feel right at home. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah, no.
Think for just a minute what comes to mind with these words, these phrases. Mac and cheese, meatloaf, chamomile tea, a pet, gardening, baking, reading, mashed potatoes, particular kinds of music, binge watching, reruns of MASH, a weighted blanket, your favorite nearly worn out sweats, grilled cheese and tomato soup, routines, stuffed animals, lullabies, a certain song, familiar faces, scriptures, photos of treasured times and memories, flowers, art, whether you are making it, creating it, or taking it in, books, the sound of an oscillating fan, the sound of steady rain, the sound of a special person's voice, poetry, clean sheets, snickerdoodles, A long walk along a lake or in a woods, or simply around the familiar landmarks of your own neighborhood. Toilet paper. And of course, a lovey. What's a lovey, you say? Well, a lovey actually comes by many names. Our own little ones called theirs Baby and Yellow Bear. Now, Baby was a tattered piece of a very specific baby blanket. Go get your lovey, we'd say, when they were sad or afraid or feeling lonely and learning ways to cope. Kind of like we are right now. Here's one of my own loveys. Move where I can see a little bit. Here's one of my own loveys. Now, this is a narrow, you can see it's narrow. This is a narrow quilt made of scraps. It's called a lap quilt. Now, a lap quilt is designed to do exactly what it says. It's just the perfect size and length to go over your lap when you are sitting in your favorite chair. It was made by my Grandma Webb's sewing circle in Sylvia, Kansas when I was a really little kid. Now, Sylvia, Kansas is that tiny, tiny, tiny little town. The sign when I was little said 341 population at the city limits. The streets were not paved. There were no curbs. Everybody knew everybody. Now, their sewing circle sat and made this quilt from the scraps at hand to be sure nothing was wasted and to make something beautiful and useful out of materials that other people might have just thrown away or stuck in a rag bag. Now, this quilt is filled with the energy of my Grandma Webb and all of those church women who sat and told tales and, truth be told, gossiped while they sewed, trying to make something that would last. It's not only filled with their energy, but also the energy of their mothers and their grandmothers and their grandmothers' mothers and their grandmothers' mothers and grandmothers and great-grandmothers, with the skills passed down generation to generation to generation. And when I settle in under it, I can feel the touch of all these foremothers, all these ancestors, and in that moment know that I still carry them with me right now. And I can remember that they too went through trouble and torrents of change, and they came through it. They came through world wars and years-long drought when all their crops dried up and blew away. They came through fire and flood and the Dust Bowl and the Depression and bread lines and bone-breaking factory work and babies dying and wells running dry and learning to make do with what they had. And they came through polio and measles and smallpox and cholera and the bubonic plague and yellow fever. And when my great-great-grandparents died of the flu pandemic in 1918, it took the family letter 3 months to make it from Virginia to my great-grandparents' cotton farm in the Arkansas Territory, which still was not a state. Only then did they find out. And that was after they had already buried a child of their own. Now here am I, 100 years later, with the quilt that carries all of these stories and all of that strength and all of that determination and all of that kindness and all of that care for one another and for their communities. And when I pull this up snug around me, I feel all of that. And it tells me they made it through. And so can I. But it's not just the stories. It's not just the presence of the ancestors, the sheer grit and the will to survive and thrive that this quilt represents to me. It's also the through line. It's the truth, the through line of truth that this represents to me. The thing that holds fast when nothing else does. That is not a thing, but represents the thing. That thread of hope, of determination, of something beyond words that feels and fuels our lives. Thinking about this week, I was reminded of a poem by the 20th century American writer William Stafford. There's a thread you follow, he says. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread, but it's hard for others to see. But while you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen, people get hurt or die, you suffer and get old, and nothing you can do can stop time's unfolding. Don't ever let go of that thread. Right now, you and I and everybody else in the world, we're finding out what that thread is for us. What that thing is for us that goes among things that change but does not change. That thing that stays true, that keeps us here. That voice that keeps whispering in our ear who we really are amidst all the noise. Sometimes it whispers, but if you're like me, sometimes it's more like a 2x4 beside the head till it gets my attention. Whatever it is, it's the thing that still seems at least a little certain in a sea of uncertainty. Because we humans, when we seek comfort, what we crave most is certainty. And we don't get to have that right now. And we may not for some time to come. So where do we find our comfort now? Where do you find yours? I'll bet that somewhere within your sight right now, somewhere within your reach, right there in your space where you are sequestered to keep yourselves and the people you love and our entire community safe, I'll bet right there is a lovey of some kind. Something that brings you comfort in this strange and changing time. Would you be willing to show us a lovey? If Zena can take the spotlight off so we can see screens, then we could see one another and see each other's loveys. If you have something that gives you comfort, that helps you feel safe, that helps you feel strong, that helps you feel anchored in this world and able to carry on, could you hold that up so that we can see? I'm going to page through the screens and just look to see if you're showing us something so we can. There's a singing bowl from Lou. Beautiful. Who else can I see? I just love seeing your voices. Oh my goodness. Y'all are beautiful. Thank you. Oh, look at the puppy. Oh, what a precious one. Oh my goodness. Oh, a beautiful, beautiful plant. Did you start that since this started? Yeah, it's just been growing while we've been in sequester. Let me see. Let me go through here a little bit. Oh, there's another pup, Susan. How beautiful. Oh yeah, mine too. And sometimes mine just sits and stares at me. Like, what's the matter? Mary Lisa, you were showing us something? Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Linda. A pillow with that's stitched with the word hope for you who aren't looking at the same screens. You know, our screens show up in different orders, so we don't always see one another in the same order. Renato, you're holding, it looks like a plate or some other kind of award or something. I can't really tell. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Can everybody see that? Oh, I see a kitty. Riley's got the kitty. I'm going to look in the chat too to see in case some of y'all are writing things that I can't see in the windows. All the things we can still enjoy with the virus. Love, love, love. So many of you say love. That your friend is using scraps to make masks from Linda. The things that aren't so little, John Kabat-Zinn says that so beautifully. The comfort of oneness and connection in the soul, making scrub caps out of scraps. Oh, look at Marpes's pops. Oh, look at y'all. Oh, that is beautiful. Thank you, Nicole. Wow. Did you create that or someone you love create that? No, just beauty. And it's summer. Good idea. Okay. Poetry, yes. My babies, yes. Ah, they're the Giblin Davis family. Oh, an Afghan and a teddy bear. Oh, cool. Teddy bear wearing a tie, looks like. Bev Kaufman doesn't have a camera, but she says her 3 cats give her comfort. There's Judy's little mouse. A cup of hot tea, my kids' laughter. Oh, yes. Phineas and Lily, that's from Rita. Cozy, fluffy, warm slippers. Yeah, especially if they're old ones. Oh, there's Georgette and Ed with Coco. Hello. Music. Yes, music from the Mann family. Ken and Leanna, thanks for showing us. Thanks for explaining. Okay. And a hi to Sean. Yes, I'm glad to see you there, Sean, too. The Ellen Show, Whoopi Goldberg. I saw another puppy go by. Where did I see that? Oh, there we are. Hey, Meg. That's beautiful. Oh, wow. What a beautiful, beautiful flower. Did you cultivate that yourself? Beautiful. Jeannie says, 2 little dogs. Oh, hi. Hi, Meadow. I'm happy to see you. Hi. Jeannie says her 2 little dogs, and Daisy is recuperating from surgery. I hope Daisy's doing well. And Charlie is a love. Oh, a Cabbage Patch doll. Those are wonderful. Oh, thank you. Thank you for showing us things that help you remember. Oh, there's Jenna. Oh, looky there. Look at that face. Wow. You know, our animal companions, I'm so glad we blessed them last week, because I don't know about you, but oh, sing like no one is listening, dance like no one is watching, love like you'll never get hurt. Thank you, Linda Lathram. Thank you. 50 pairs of nesting purple martins, Lori. Wow. That is amazing. Thank you for taking care of the birds. They're in your life. Oh, and there's Buddy. Hello. Sometimes when he gets to be our office dog, so when we're back in our office, we'll be seeing one another again. Thank you so much for sharing this part of your life with you, the things that give you comfort, the things that help you through these days that are unprecedented amongst us. And I want to tell you one more thing for sure. One thing certain, one through line in this time that so little seems certain. That is the caring and the connection of this beloved community at River of Grass. That is a through line we can hold onto. You are that thread that William Stafford wrote about. That thread that goes among things that change but does not change. You. Your love, your caring, your kindness, your commitment to this congregation, to this community, to love and to justice, and to this faith we share. For goodness sake, hold on to that thread. It's what keeps us strong right now. It's what keeps us upright when the world is tilting. It's what keeps our vision before us and our mission within us, no matter what else may fall down around us. And especially on those days when it feels like everything is falling down around us, hold on to that thread. Because as William Stafford, the great poet, said, while you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen. People get hurt or die, and you suffer and get old. Nothing you can do will stop time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of that thread. And remember, there are others holding on to it with you. So we may not be in our building right now, but we're still right here. River of Grass has never been about a place. Not one day in its life has River of Grass been about a place, but about people. People we can count on when we can't count on anything else. You. That is the thread that goes amongst things that change and doesn't change. And that, my beloveds, that is comfort.
There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my soul, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my soul. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my heart, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my heart. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing in my mind, and it's telling me that I'm somebody. There's a river flowing in my mind. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing. There's a river flowing in my soul. Give thanks for this precious day, for all gathered here and those far away, for the times we share with love and care. We give thanks for this precious day.
We sustain and strengthen this beloved community and its mission in our world through the gifts of our time and skills,
our love and laughter, and our money. Each Sunday, half of our undesignated offerings go to LifeNet for Families, which provides hot meals 365 days a year, as well as clothing and support here in Broward County. The other half supports the mission and ministry of River of Grass. This sharing practice is more crucial than ever in this tumultuous time, where we commit again to do our part to support the people most at risk in our community. So, since we can't pass our baskets as usual right now, how do we do that? We have centralized several ways to give on our River of Grass website at the link you see on the screen and in the chat. If you like using text to give, you can still do that. If you're accustomed to putting a regular amount in the basket, you can now do that digitally on our Donate webpage, either by using the Donate button or contacting our office to set up an automatic donation so you don't have to think about it until we gather again. You can take a moment to do that now as the music plays, or do it later, or if you need support to set that up, please contact our office and we'll help. Whatever method works best for you, please give generously and joyfully, that we may feed and fortify this congregation and its good work in the world that needs it now more than ever. Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. If there
We extinguish this chalice flame, but not the fire that burns within, nor the light that leads us on.
In this time, the unknown looms before us. Let us all be more vigilant than ever before to hold before us a vision of the world transformed and dare to transform ourselves to make it so, to both find our comfort and be those who offer comfort to others, whether family, friend, community, neighbors, or the stranger. This is the call before us now. Until we meet again, shine on.